Welcome to another episode of Tuned In Reviews. As you can see, award season is approaching, and we're going to discuss the Grammy nominations.
So we're gonna start things off with the Best New Artist category, and the 5 nominees are Uzi Vert, Julia Michaels, SZA, Khalid, and Alessia Cara.
First of all, I don't even know who Julia Michaels is. Like, I don't even know who that is. That's pop stuff. I don't know.
That's the girl that did the Issues song.
The Issues. Oh yeah, that was nominated.
So many songs named Issues. I don't even know which one. Like what? Like P&B Rock got a song on Issues. Like,
so it's not the Black Grammys too.
No. The song that was all over the radio. You know,
not on my radio. I listen to Hip Hop Nation, bro.
I don't listen to the radio.
Okay. I can't afford satellite radio, so I play regular stuff like Z100, 92.3.
The only thing on Hot 97 is
Pop
Bodak
radio
Yellow and some Dave shit. I don't even know.
Okay, but I think Khalid is gonna win Best New Artist only because he won at the VMAs and he's technically the only real new artist. Uzi's not really a new artist to me. Alessia Cara is not really a new artist. SZA is not really a new artist either. Like that's her second album that just came out. So I feel like Khalid has like a more better overall appeal.
If we're talking about Khalid, because you're pronouncing it, if we're talking about Khalid, then I would say he would win based off being the newest. But just like last year, how Chance won that new artist, it's clearly like whatever their definition of new artist is.
It doesn't matter really.
So I would say in terms of just because of that, it would either have to be between Uzi. Uzi's just like super high, like just off of that, off the hype. Everybody was talking about Love Is Rage 2 when that dropped. Like some people kind of hit, but it still kind of like sauce it up. Like we can all agree, like there was a lot of hot songs. It grew on you. We discussed it in another video before this.
Yeah, it's a lost tape. Like I don't know, that might not even be released. We'll see.
It's in the lost tapes, that.
Love Is Rage 2.
Love Is Rage 2. They had a couple bangers. And I was telling y'all, and I mean, you're bumping now, but anyway, my point is, it's either between Uzi or SZA for sure. SZA, like...
You don't think Khalid's gonna get it?
I mean, if we're talking about in terms of like a true new artist, I would like that, but like, cause I fucked with the album American Teen, like, it's a very good like vibe, but honestly, his only hit song that threw our mainstream song is Location. If we're talking
Young, Dumb, and Broke?
Yeah, I mean,
Never Saved.
I know those songs. Angels. I love those. Like those are all really dope songs. But in terms of just like outward media, only Location that really gets bumped by Khalid. And
but he was on that Logic song, and then he's on that song by the electronic artist Silence, the Marshmello remix. Like that's like. He's dope.
I agree. Like I said, if we were talking about new artists, but you got to think about who he's going up against. He's going up against a Lil Uzi, even though he's not necessarily a new artist.
And SZA.
And SZA, of course. These people aren't necessarily new artists, but they have especially in terms of this year, they have way bigger hits. How could Khalid win? How could he win?
Like I know what they're gonna do. Like I watched the Grammys and know I've seen the letdowns. Khalid's gonna get it because Uzi's not anywhere else on this nominee list. That's the only place he's at. So how is he gonna take that one nomination when Khalid is like in multiple places?
Because he's a big artist.
If he's a big artist, how is he not nominated multiple times?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one place he's on this nomination list. He's not anywhere else. Uzi's not. That's the one nomination he has, I believe.
And then Chance won Best New Artist last year, but he also won Best Rap Album, and then he also won Best Performance with Lil Wayne.
But no problems.
Yeah, like he was nominated in so many other categories that he had to win something or a few.
It's like a quantity game. Like they play that. Like wherever you're nominated the most, like the other person's probably gonna take the little category, the subcategories. So that's how it works.
That's the formula?
I think that's the formula. My money on who they gonna pick is Khalid, but I want Uzi to win. Like I'm a Uzi head, I want Uzi to win, but I know the Grammys gonna let me down. They always let me down as usual, and they probably gonna go with Khalid.
I don't even watch the Grammys. I'm not even gonna lie. The Grammys.
I'm gonna watch now and see if the nominees match up, see how we are. But
I always watch performances.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit. But yeah, my money is on Khalid, but my heart is with Uzi. Pause. And yeah. Okay, that's that category.
All right, let's talk about Song of the Year. Now, we got Despacito, 444, Issues, the 1-800 Suicide Hotline, the Logic song, And That's What I Like, the Bruno Mars song.
Okay, this is really between two songs to me. This is between That's What I Like and Despacito. Like this, like the other songs is not winning. They're not winning. they're not going to win the thing. Like as much as I like them, I'm taking my personal opinion out of this because I'm basing this off of if I had to bet money on what would be the song, and it's gonna be Despacito or This Is What I Like because those are the hit songs. Those are like charting. Those are like the most popular songs on the radio. And it's like 444 to win. That would be a milestone though. If 444 would actually get that song of the year, and
I don't even think it should have been nominated, to be honest. But we'll talk about that later in the snubs.
Yeah, I think if 444 came out, that would just prove that Jay-Z's in the Illuminati. Like, that's something like backwards.
He pulling the strings and
yeah, like Bruno Mars. That show. I mean, like I'm not a huge Bruno Mars head, but I acknowledge like, even like you just hear that song all over the place. And Despacito, like, I think personally Despacito should win because regular niggas know Despacito. That's, like, kind of the thing. Like, you know, the fact that just regular niggas who don't fuck with Spanish music or none of that whole vibe, like, the fact that Bieber hopped on the track, too, that just, like, it encompasses, like, all background, all walks of life. So I would definitely gonna say, yeah, Despacito is where my money is at.
All my money I'm putting on Despacito as well, only because Despacito was like the #1 song. I'm just going off of Spotify. It was like #1 song in every other country except the United States. And this is the original version, the original Luis Fonsi version. But then when Justin Bieber jumped on a remix, then it started becoming the #1 song in America. So like we're always late to things when it comes to like international hits. But that's another video for another day. All right, so let's talk about record of the year.
Oh, the distinction. What's the distinction though between song and record of the year? That's a common question. Everybody always says that. Song of the year is basically going to the songwriter. So I guess it focuses on the lyrics, and the person who wrote the song is going to get all the clout and all the award. Yep. But record of the year, it goes to pretty much everybody involved. So the producers, the mixers, the engineers, the songwriter, of course. Like everybody gets that. So everybody eats off that record. So based on the nominees, I mean, this is a tougher category. I mean, you got Bino, Despacito, Story of OJ, Humble.
Who's the first one?
Redbone.
Oh, Redbone.
Redbone. Yeah. I mean, and 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars. I mean, this is just tough. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what they would do. What direction they would go in.
I might have to go with either Story of OJ or maybe Despacito again, maybe.
Yeah, 24 Karat Magic though. That was a big song.
That was.
I don't even know what they would do.
Nah, Redbone is a classic though. My money, I want Redbone to win record of the year only because Gambino's been having an amazing year musically and non-musically. And also shout out to Gambino, gonna be Simba, the new Lion King. So.
And Star Wars.
So he's doing his thing. But
that nigga eating.
But yeah, I would like to think Redbone would win record of the year. That's just my gut feeling though.
Don't sleep on Humble either. Like Humble is crazy. Like Humble, like that when that song dropped, that video dropped, that was like the whole thing. Everybody was tuned into that.
I'm thinking Humble. I'm gonna say Humble for sure.
But then when you got like Bruno Mars in there too, like you never know. Like it's
just my problem with Bruno is like not even my problem with Bruno. It's like the appeal of Bruno for winning, honestly, is that he's not white, but he's also not black, so they can give it to him. Like I don't know.
And he's American, he's Hawaiian.
He's got the Samoan going on. But like, I mean, it's okay. But like Humble, and especially like, I guess in the political and social climate, like that changes a lot of things in that song. Like
you should also have to look at Despacito because there's a like Hispanic artists, and given like everything that's going on with Trump right now, they may want to just go that route, just to show like inclusiveness.
I have no idea. I would have no idea.
Like that's why you watch the show, for things like that, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
We're gonna go to album of the year,
and what's pretty interesting about this album of the year is for like the first time ever, or maybe I think ever is the fact that this nomination, there's not a single white guy that's ever been
white male.
Oh, white male, white male that's in this category, which like has never happened before. So I guess yay progression. I don't even know if it's
diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if it's progression, but inclusion. So yeah.
That's what's good about that. If it wasn't for Lord, there wouldn't be any white people at all. So shout out Lord for this, repping the white people.
Facts. Maybe 2017 isn't as racist as we thought.
So the nominees is the Gambino album, Awaken My Love, 444. We got the Bruno Mars album. And then we also have...
Damn.
Yep. Got Kendrick Lamar.
Duckworth.
And then the last one is...
Lord, that's not winning. Lord, like that's her only nomination. And she got.
She got money in it.
That's kind of weird.
I'm not gonna lie. I listened to the album and I actually enjoyed it. I don't think it's as good as the one that came out 3 years ago, like her first original when she first came out. But I mean, I think Bruno Mars will probably. I think he's probably gonna win it.
You think Bruno's gonna take the whole cake? Huh? Like, he won't even have enough awards.
Because it was like it's been a. That's kind of a masterpiece when you think about it. Like his entire, his album. Just like
I think that was the best album out of all the the complete album. Well, even though it's so short, like most of his albums are, like it's just 10 tracks or so. I think he'll probably take it because he had the best. He really did have the best album out of the nominees there. Like you can listen to that straight through.
I'm sleeping on Jay. That whole thing, like Lemonade, like coming out, and then with the response of
he not winning album of the year.
Like, that's just like.
He not winning album of the year though. When we get to the rap categories, maybe we can talk more about it. But he not winning album of the year. Like I just know that. Like as much as I like the album, I'm not saying I dislike the album, but he's not winning that. he's not winning album of the year. Like that would be amazing though. But
that'd be crazy. All right, so as we go from the general and we're going to the R&B and then to the rap, what we really want to focus on. But let's just talk about best R&B performance. So we got "Get You" by Daniel Caesar featuring Kali Uchis. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
I thought it was Khalees Uchis.
No, it's not S.
No, it's not S.
No, it's not
Khalees.
This is Kali.
Oh.
Uchis. And then we got "Distraction" by Kehlani, "High" by Ledisi, "That's What I Like" Bruno Mars, and "The Weeknd" by SZA. And I got mad about this. All right, and I have to go off for a second. The Weeknd, Starboy couldn't get nominated for best R&B performance. I'm sorry. He could have easily. He should have been nominated. That album, Starboy, was a good album. It was like the perfect pop album, considering The Weeknd doesn't come from that background. That's not his style when he first came out on his first few tapes.
So then why would it be nominated for R&B?
It was pop R&B. It was a pop R&B album.
Like the song. We're just talking about like the song Starboy should have been nominated for best R&B performance.
Oh, not the album. You're talking about?
No, we're talking about performance. Yeah, just like the song. Yeah. Like this is what that category is. Like he should have definitely been nominated for that.
Or anywhere else on this nominee list. Like he was only on like I think Urban Contemporary, which we'll get to later, and that was the only nomination we'll have, and he'll probably won't win that. So it was, The Weeknd was kind of missing. Like he was, I don't know why they just forgot. They were just like, maybe he didn't submit it properly, but he had to have submitted it since he is nominated once. So I don't know how this shit worked. I don't know what's going on, but
I don't know.
But I don't even know who the DC is. High, I never heard that song. And "Get You," like I just maybe heard it a few times, so I think they're gonna go the Bruno Mars route here. But that's what I like. That's probably what they're gonna do.
Let's talk about best urban contemporary album for a second, please, because we got
is stacked right here.
So we got "Free Black" by Black. We got the Gambino album. We got the Khalid album. We got the SZA album, and then we got Starboy. Then we got the Weeknd album. And it's like, I mean, this is a stacked lineup. Just because I listen to all these albums and I F with all of these artists, but I think the Weeknd has to win this. He has to win this category.
He's not though. He's not.
He has to.
Bino. It's gonna be Bino.
You think Gambino's just gonna win it?
He's gonna because if he's nominated for album of the year, he's gonna take this urban contemporary category with a bunch of people who are not nominated for anything else, a bunch of albums who are not nominated for anything else. So this is Bino all the way right here.
Starboy though. Starboy.
I mean, I like that album. I think that was the best album out of here, but it's not winning. It's not like unless they follow that. Unless they just,
I wouldn't be mad if SZA won this category either. Like no, I don't even want the Weeknd or SZA. Yes, not at all. Yes, for SZA to win this album.
Black could win. Black could win.
Black could win too. Black could win too. But
I give it to Black over SZA.
Black was It was okay. I mean, it was good.
His album
but
better
like
than
he's
album
super new. Like I don't know why Black isn't. He's more of a new artist than SZA or Uzi. Why is he not in that category of new artists?
That's a good question.
Like
that's a good question.
It's too early. Like no offense. Like that probably like well really that single is really good. The album was okay, but he still has more time. It's still kind of early for Black to be one.
So we got Best Rap Performance. Bounce Back, Big Sean. Bodak Yellow, Cardi B. 444, Jay-Z. Humble, Kendrick Lamar. Bad and Bougie, Migos. All right, let's talk about this. Paul, can you start us off, please?
Yeah.
Tell us how you feel about the nominees. Was someone should have been nominated?
Shout out Cardi B. Shout out Migos.
Shout out to them.
Shout out Hov. I mean, shout out Big Sean. I mean, you're not gonna win, Big Sean, but I fuck with you.
Like Bounce Back, like that was the worst song.
Yeah, Bounce Back was like.
It was a Metro beat. It was a Metro beat. That's why I guess it got its clout, and it was his first track that off the album. So
Maybe
I guess that's why
single,
it got the most attention.
Yeah,
I personally like Moves better though, so I would have appreciated Moves on there.
Bounce Back.
Yeah, because I like Moves better. Like Moves is a better song. He goes harder. The beat is harder.
I mean, this is hard because I mean, Cardi B. I mean, she's dope. Bodak Yellow. I mean,
it's number one record. It's number one record
for sure. Like literally.
But Bad and Bougie, like
I'm from Atlanta, so I gotta always support Migos. I've been supporting Migos since before any of y'all niggas was on Migos. Like, and I want to be that guy.
You put us on.
I'm gonna be that guy. And be like, I was here first. Yeah, like for sure. So,
do you think Kendrick Lamar is gonna win it though, just based on the formula that we've been talking about? Do you think Humble is gonna win Best Rap Performance? Or Jay 444?
Or Jay, one of them.
Damn, and that's another thing because OJ got free, and then they had the story of OJ, especially that song.
No, but this is Rap Performance, so it's the 444 song.
Yeah, the song.
When he's like emotional.
Yeah, these are songs.
See, I'm all over.
It's only album when it says album. When it says like
right.
Performance is like the song.
444 is. I mean, I do bump 444, but like.
That's when he's like emotional and he says like where he's much confessing to cheating, whatever. It's like a heartfelt song, so that may have got him like a little bit of push. But Humble was also good too, so
it really was.
It's between them two for this. Like even though Bodak Yellow,
it should be Bodak Yellow.
It should be.
Or Bad and Bougie.
Bodak Yellow was a harder song. Bad and Bougie before Bodak. Bodak Yellow, Bad and Bougie was all over the place. It was only until Bodak Yellow that knocked off Bad and Bougie. If we talking about the music, if we just stick into like the hotness, I'm gonna say.
That's not how the Grammys works though.
I know. I'm just saying like because like. Jay-Z's 444 really went crazy because of the Beyonce controversy, like all of that. Like there's a lot of story behind that song that helps that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's not a lot about that between Bad and Bougie or Bodak Yellow, so it's kind of hard to say. And even Humble is it's a hot song and it has a little bit of story, so you can't even really. It has like a nice feel of both of those. So I don't know. That's gonna be tough for me. I don't know. I couldn't pick. I really couldn't pick.
Like I want Bodak Yellow to get it, but Grammy speaking, it's probably gonna be 444. I'll say that.
I'd be shocked.
I'm gonna say it's Humble. I think Humble is gonna win it. That's what my money is on. That's my instincts telling me. All right, Rap Sung Performance. So basically, rapping and singing. So we got the song Problems by Black. Crew, my personal favorite. Crew, the Gold Link song. Family Feud, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Loyalty, Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna. And then Love Galore, SZA and Travis Scott. Why you bother me? Why you bother me? Why? Sorry.
I mean, for this, I would give it to Crew too because Crew, this was the best song. This is the best hook of the year.
Yes.
This is the best hook of the year. So we talk about singing. The singing part, they nailed it down. The rapping part, maybe not so much, but the singing part is A1. Like this is the hook. It was the hook of the year. The hook carried the song. But maybe that could like put some points against it because since the hook carried the song so much, the rap wasn't really there. So they may like have a couple of points against that.
Not to mention, that's the one with I guess the least star power. Unfortunately,
is this true?
Yeah, it is.
This
true.
It's a good song, but like yeah. I think Loyalty. Obviously, it's between Loyalty and Love Galore. To be honest,
I think they may give it to Love Galore.
I think they may give it to Love Galore only because SZA has a few nominees, so they may just give her this one.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, she has to win one, and then this will be a win for Travis Scott too. Like,
facts.
Can we say Travis Scott's been having a hell of a 2017? Can we just say that for a second?
New daddy.
Like, about to be a new daddy.
I hope so.
He's been doing probably the most features out of all the major artists or the major rappers that we know right now. He's having a heck of a year. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to Travis.
That's Kanye's son marrying his sister-in-law.
Let's go to best rap song. Bodak Yellow, Chase Me, the Run the Jewel song, Humble, Sassy, the Rhapsody song, and then Story of OJ.
I have a lot to say about Rhapsody, but this song, I think this was like one of the highlights of this album, so I'm happy that was nominated, Sassy. As far as it winning, this is where I think Bodak Yellow could possibly win, because Humble is already nominated like so many times. Like, so Humble is probably going, unless they just give this to Humble as well. But this is where I feel Bodak Yellow really should come out and win it, because it went number one for like 2 consecutive weeks. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think this is where Bodak Yellow should come in, because Story of OJ. But then you gotta look at the hierarchy, because Story of OJ was also nominated for, like, I think either Record of the Year or Song of the Year. So then if it's this is like this little category that could sweep. So they might just give the Story of OJ.
Yeah.
Even though it was nowhere in the Billboard charts, like nowhere. Like Bodak Yellow was that song. So
Bodak Yellow has, like, Cardi. She has to come away with something. You gotta come away with one Grammy, at least one, just one. You have to.
Like, as New Yorkers, we want that, but realistically, I mean, probably Story of OJ.
Nothing to add to that.
I need Cardi B to win. I need to see her on the Grammys saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get on stage and say something like that. Yeah. So, I'm rooting for that.
And let's talk about best rap album for a second. So we got 444, we got Damn, we got Culture, Migos. We got the Rhapsody album, Lila's Wisdom, and then we got Flower Boy, the Tyler the Creator album. And my instinct tells me that Damn is gonna win it, or 444, just going off of the whole sweeping theory that we have.
That's true. The other three
has to be those two.
Like, that's That's Tyler's only nomination, I think. So yeah. He's not winning that. And then Rhapsody, like, I didn't even know who Rhapsody was until these nominations came out. I would be honest with y'all. Like, I thought Rhapsody was a music service. Like, I know about Rhapsody with the H. Like, she just drops the H for that. Rhapsody, and I think it's owned by Napster now. That's where Rhapsody, but that's a cool name, though, because Rhapsody, and she's like a rapper. Yeah, it does, surprisingly. Like, and then bought Rhapsody. I listened to her album twice, once again today. I don't really think, my problem with it is that how can she be on here but not the Tribe album? And the Tribe album, I feel like that's kind of... That's the biggest snub. That's my biggest snub of these nominations, the Tribe album, because they submitted it. You know, I know Q-Tip. Some of y'all follow. Like, Q-Tip had the tantrum that he threw, like, on Instagram. He was like complaining because he did something. He had performed for them, I think, last year, and then it was kind of like with the intention of, oh, our album about to drop, so you about to nominate us the next year, and then they basically were just like, nope. They just like left him off. Aside from all the just like the backdoor deals that they were possibly doing, that it was a good album. Like, the Tribe album, like, it was good. Like, for them being as old as they are and how long and they took to craft it and everything like that, like, it was like how many years in the making? Like 10 plus years in the making. So when you take that much time to make an album, get everybody back together, Phife Dawg had passed, so this is the last album he was on. So the fact that all that's gonna happen, the history, the time it took to make, and then you just gonna snub them, like, I don't know, man. And Rhapsody, like, even though I respect her grind, because she's like 35, she's a mid-30 rapper, and this is only her second album that she's released. So she's kept the grind up and trying to come up, and now she's Grammy nominated. So I'll salute to her for that. But just from listening to her album, I feel like she's the no hands down drop and put Tribe in there if you're gonna stick to 5 nominees. Did y'all listen to the Rhapsody album?
I actually didn't listen to the Rhapsody album.
I did not.
I only listened to the 4 others, the Flower Boy, Culture.
Because you probably didn't even know because if they would have not nominated Rhapsody, it wouldn't have been like, oh, this is a snub, because nobody even knew it existed, really. People didn't really know about, like, the average person is not going to really know about Rhapsody, but people know about Tribe, because Tribe is one of the most legendary groups of all time.
I think not even Rhapsody, but more like Tyler. Like, it was a very, like, okay. I guess I'm more used to the older Odd Future, like you said. Like I prefer that sort of vibe.
Yep.
But like
it shows growth as an artist, though.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. But like I said, I'm just as a fan used to the old. I prefer older Tyler. That was like what really put him on and got him popular. So like, it wasn't okay. Like the fact that it even like got on really surprised me. Just like Rhapsody. And I mean, I don't really think either of those are gonna win. To be honest with you, there's more of those things like, hey, we know about music. Like they just want to prove.
We've been looking.
We've been looking.
And then for Future to just not be on this, like,
yes,
that's scary.
Now we're getting into the snubs. Yeah, Future. How is Mask Off not nominated at all?
That was a self-titled album.
He dropped 2 albums in and nothing was nominated for
1 month
anything.
of each other.
Draco, come on now.
Mask Off! How's Mask Off not record of the year?
And the remix with Kendrick on there, you could have put nothing.
Come on.
Nothing.
Not even rap song of the year? Like, rap performance?
Like when
Mask
Kendrick
Off?
jumped on it, it was like, please nominate me, please. Like you mess with Kendrick Grammys, please. How Kendrick jump on it? Please nominate this, and then they just like, nope.
That's disrespectful.
The beat is too hot.
But maybe he didn't submit it either.
And I mean, we spoke about The Weeknd earlier. We feel like also Bad and Bougie should have been nominated for a little bit more things. Maybe record of the year or song of the year.
And maybe that would probably push Lil Uzi to winning, Best New Artist. Even though he's not a new artist, but you know what I'm saying.
Nah, they would have been like, we giving y'all too much. We giving y'all
I think Culture should win that other category.
Rap album? That's not happening. You know that's not happening.
I'm saying it's Culture though. It's Culture.
Maybe Culture too. Maybe they said it's 10 times better, so maybe Culture too.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. And that's only because Culture was pretty damn good. Like I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with a lot of songs in Culture. Brown Paper Bag. I could go along. I'm not even gonna. Half the track list is like really.
It is. And the production is on point.
T-shirt.
Facts.
T-shirt's a great song.
I like the nominees really showed love to trap, but I just wish Future was on there. Like Future should have been on. Mask Off should have been on there. Like maybe not the Future album, but Mask Off. Yeah, one of those categories.
Come on. It's interesting that Drake is missing from this, but Drake did intentionally not submit on purpose. He did not want to submit his More Life, the playlist,
yeah,
to the Grammys, since he doesn't really believe in the industry or the way they process their critiques and how they award people. So, to a lot of people, the Grammys is not really that serious to them. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Is the Grammys that serious, or does it really mean anything?
I mean, you could.
For the average person, people want to see their artists deserve their credit and recognition, and you want to feel validated. Like, hey, like the artist I listen to, he wins all these awards, and nobody wants to feel like, oh, the artist that I like never is nominated. Nobody wants to feel that way, and some of the artists themselves, like Kanye, I would say, like his name jumps out at me, of like who really care about the awards and want to get recognized, because I'm sure they put a lot of work in. Some people are really perfectionists, and especially like the Tribe, man, like they like doing that for like how many years, and and to not get recognized for that. I guess if you put a lot of work in, like a lot of people do volume work in the studio now. So like your Future is, I'm sure Future doesn't care, because he's just probably in the studio making another record right now, like not even caring, because he's a volume artist. He just pumps out the tracks. But somebody who really carefully plans out their beats and their sample selection, takes the time to clear out the samples and do all that, and for them to not get recognized for any of that hard work, I can understand why they would be a little frustrated. But that's just the way the game goes.
Okay, so I would say I think being recognized by some, like, as we kind of assume the Grammys are a bunch of us, like, older white dudes, maybe, like, have that one mulatto guy in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being recognized by your fans, I'm sure you can, like, I think in terms of maybe sales, I would probably care if I was an artist personally, but to win an award, to be recognized by, people who probably don't really care about me, I don't think it's that big of a deal, the Grammys. I mean, of course, being recognized, being able, like, it helps for more publicity, so you can get yourself in the room more. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But in terms of recognition, like, I think if you, as an artist, you care more about your fans, I think that would be more, like, for example, like how you say J. Cole. We haven't even talked about the fact that J. Cole came with the album.
Neighbors.
He's not anywhere who you would say, carefully selects his beats, produces, does his own thing. He's not on anything here. Does he really care? Probably not, because he knows that he knows who the recognition deserves, and that's like his fan. He cares about what his fans think, not necessarily what the Grammys are saying. And I'm sure he's sleeping. Like, he's not necessarily a volume. Well, he damn sure ain't a volume artist. So my thing is, like, you know, the Grammys, I don't really feel as if it's like a huge deal, but it's nice because, you know, it definitely opens a lot more doors, and, you know, it even puts some people who might not hear, like, if someone wins the Grammy, like, okay, it brings in, like, newer fans, especially people who might not necessarily...
Well, people who are starting out new, exactly. I feel like it's more important for them.
Who won't necessarily hear about you any other way because they see it in the Grammy, see that they got an award, or the fact that he got an award, he can go into a commercial or something like that.
Chance the Rapper, he hosted SNL
exactly.
recently.
The fact, like, look at Chance. Like, I'm sure a lot of people.
It's huge.
He ran up on the hype train of Chance getting those 3 Grammys. So, you know, I see the appeal, but like at the same time, are the Grammys real? I think that just depends.
They're real because we make it real.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
really what it is.
All right, so let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree or disagree with any of our opinions or choices.
You know, comment who you think should win certain categories for sure.
Any other snubs that we missed?
Culture.
Future, mask off.
Future was a snub. I'm going to say that. Period. You can't. That's one thing you can't disagree with. Future is snub.
Mask off, particularly.
And the Grammys will be on January 28th, so stay tuned.